What up, guys? We are live from the Brojo for another episode of the Rochambeau's News. Well, we get paid by Podbean to do this stuff, so I just gotta keep going.
Yeah, certainly. They'd never pay us for a second take.
Or a fifth.
Yeah.
Who knows how many...
27th.
Oh, also, just to let you guys know, we are actually now on iTunes, so...
Oh, that actually is badass. I didn't know that.
That's
That makes me feel important, at least.
Yeah, we made it on iTunes.
That and the DMCA, even though I know it was a robot.
Yeah, fuck it. We have two DMCAs.
How'd you manage that?
Fuck it.
Nintendo.
It's always Nintendo. Like, Nintendo's like, yo, you can keep your video, but if you still aren't making money, we just basically get all of it, even though it's like 30 seconds.
I meant, like, how did you get on iTunes? But that's cool. I mean, I figured Nintendo.
I mean, anyone can get on iTunes with their, like, media. You just have to have an iTunes account and an RSS feed. For podcasts, at least. I don't know how it does for music.
Did you finally get an RSS feed?
I've had one. It's just I have not had time. I'm just... Don't look at me like that.
All this time we could have been making sweet dollar bills and you...
We still love that's a free podcast on iTunes.
We could start charging them.
Well, there is something that, like...
Then they'll stop watching, because we're not worth
we're not worth even 50 cents. Like, no, there is something, though, if we ever do get big, that, like, I want to do, like, an iTunes Podbean exclusive. If it ever happens.
L'Oreal, because we're not worth it.
I mean, it might, one day, who knows. But, back onto this. I am your host, Kia Ibanez, and I am here today with...
I thought you were Keith.
Yeah, I was Keith. I'm Keith when I stream.
You Keith? Really?
Yeah.
Fucking scum.
I'm Kia, not Keith, when I stream with my friend Mitch.
Oh, okay, you at least say Keith. I thought you just... We're like, I'm Keith.
No, it's Kia, not Keith. Like, all my things that, like, I do for, like, stuff that I'm not doing, like... If we had a Rochambeau's Twitch channel, it would just be the Rochambeau's Twitch channel.
If it's anything not affiliated with all of us,
anything that's not affiliated with what I do here, it's Key and not Keith. Just because that's just been a running gag my entire life.
Rock kick ass.
Yeah, Rock K.A.
To be my go-to.
Yeah.
Doesn't always fit in games.
No.
Unfortunately.
If it's a Super Nintendo game, nope.
A lot of games, really.
Last 5 Vinegros. And I'm also here with...
Gil,
and I'm also here with...
Rock Kickass.
Yeah. Rock Kickass, that's right.
Himself.
You know what?
I said my name. I thought I said I was Eli, I'll be honest.
I'm really hoping next week we have the core 4 again. Zach's on vacation still in Arizona. And,
seems worse.
Has Zach been sending you some Snapchats?
He has.
Zach is on the most old white dude vacation I've ever fucking seen in my life.
Do you know his parents?
Yeah, I know.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, he's there with his family, so
he every morning he's like, man, it's a good day to go golfing. I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, I'm on a train and it feels like I'm on Red Dead. And there's like a guy in a cowboy hat and a horse. I'm like, God, you have the most whitest vacations ever.
See that here.
I know.
On Storm Lake the other day, there's a fucker going down the street in a carriage. I don't know what that was about.
What?
Yeah. They were taking up the entire right lane.
Did he look Amish or was he?
No. I think it was just one of those things where it's like people went on a date and they wanted to be fancy.
Well, that's like...
That is some super white people shit to me. Like, no offense, Eli.
You would never do that.
Who wants that, though?
Exactly.
Like, especially in our area.
Yeah, it's cold or super warm. It's like, it's never in between. It's either super cold or super warm.
Most of the cities in our area are just shitty places, and then you get to smell the rear end of a horse.
That's my thing, like, and then horses just poop and they just keep walking. Like, They don't stop. Like, they're just like, bloop. Oh, there's a horse turd on the street now.
Yeah.
Mostly, I just hate horses.
Horses are assholes, yeah. No, so... Have you guys watched anything interesting lately? Anything worth talking about?
When you say it like that, no.
Informative conversations?
Worth talking about? No, probably not.
Finished the first season of Drifters.
Yeah! Drifters! Right, Eli. Drifters.
Really good.
Yeah, really good. Did you like the ending?
They killed people.
Yeah.
I was just waiting for him
So?
Eli's like, yeah.
Kill people all the time.
Have you not watched?
It opens up with him killing people.
I know. It was
That was
awesome.
such a well-animated opening scene, though, with that first Toyohisa's first fight.
Yeah.
And
Shoots a guy, point blank, gets
the-
stabbed.
Well, I like Drifters because they're a mix of 3D and 2D.
Some of the time that's really noticeable, like towards the end where they're
the
taking-
dragon parts were definitely noticeable, but like when it's just like that close range fighting stuff,
Oh yeah, that's not that easy to tell.
it's super
But,
cool.
Like when when they have a horse-drawn carriage, those horses don't match up with that carriage.
No, do you know what else had really bad animation like that, but I actually really enjoy? Kameiyu, the one about the 1920s Japan and they're trying to find a gold treasure with prisoners tattooed had maps tattooed all over them, and they need to collect all the dead bodies of the prisoners to find the complete map.
That's weird.
It is a super interesting series.
So do they just like
No idea about that.
take the skin?
They're not trying to kill them. Like they want,
Oh,
they would
they
rather
just- they
have
just
them.
recruit them.
They would rather have them alive, but the prisoners always end up dead.
So they try to recruit them, but they're like, "Fuck you.
Yeah.
We'd rather die."
Basically, and so like there's that. So did you enjoy? At least you enjoyed it after watching the whole thing, because I know we talked about this last week.
It was enjoyable. Yeah.
That's good.
Good animation, good storytelling.
Hitler wasn't a good guy.
Hitler was not a good
He
guy.
wasn't necessarily good.
He was on the good guy team technically.
He was technically a drifter, yes, but he was still Hitler.
Yeah.
Well, none of them are technically like Nobunaga is not a good guy. Like he's a terrible person in real life. His like all these people that are on the drifter sides are all terrible people.
They're morally ambiguous, but they're not trying to kill everyone.
I mean, Nobunaga kind of is.
He's just trying to take over.
I know, but like Nobunaga just if it means killing everyone, he will probably do it.
He'll probably have Toyohisa do it.
Yeah, you know what I mean though. But like, yeah, and then like that's always been my favorite part of Drifter. It's just basically like, hey, the good guys that were good guys in the real world are like, fuck humanity, let's fucking murder everyone. Oh, it's a good show. I was actually I was watching some old school Godzilla films the other day just because, like, I find them enjoyable. And Mechagodzilla vs. Godzilla is one of the dumbest fun movies ever. In a long time.
Wasn't the original Mechagodzilla made out of the corpse of the first Godzilla?
That's Mechagodzilla 3, that's the one I was going to bring up.
Ah.
And that's why Mothra came, because he's, like, mad that the original Godzilla is being used as a robot, and...
Would that make him a cyborg or an android?
It's just a
or is it
skeleton,
still-
though. It'd be a skeletal structure. If it, like, is that the nervous system? No, but the one I was watching is Godzilla basically versus pollution.
Ah.
And there's a scene
That
where,
giant tar monster thing?
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a scene where the giant pollution monster starts flying, and Godzilla uses his mouth as a propulsion engine.
Just shoots it downward
And
and
he's
he just like
sitting
flies.
Indian style, flying. And I'm like, oh my god, that's amazing. Plus, I also found out that Roland Emmerich was like the guy who made the shitty Godzilla from the 1990s. He's like, yeah, I really didn't like Japan's idea of Godzilla, so all I really took was, hey, it's a nuclear explosion, and then made it my own. And like, you could tell that it was heavily influenced by Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
So there was that.
That's how you know you went wrong.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Eli, have you watched or seen anything interesting? Oh yeah, and I got Avengers 4. 3. Not 4, 3. It's on a DVD.
Okay,
On
yeah.
Blu-ray, I bought it.
It might as well be 4.
Yeah. Yeah!
Considering Captain
Captain
America.
America, yeah. I hate everyone's like,
Civil War.
it's more of a Captain America movie. I'm like, no, it's not. It's
really
like
not.
everyone.
Yeah.
It is basically it's basically
More of a Spider-Man movie, I'd like to think.
Yeah, true. That's the
basically
only...
that Spider-Man Homecoming one.
Oh yeah, Zach's not here. Damn.
Did you finally watch Homecoming?
Yeah, I watched Homecoming. What other movies did he give me?
Why did you like
Wonder
Homecoming?
Woman. No, I thought I talked about this.
No, no.
You haven't been here in a while.
You haven't been here in a while.
I think I talked about this.
Did you really?
You did not.
Yeah,
No, I don't remember this.
I absolutely did. I do remember it. It was the last one I was in.
Oh, okay.
I talked about.
Oh
it.
yeah, no, because you talked about Wonder Woman too.
Yep, that's why I was like Wonder Woman. I was like, wait a second, I talked about this.
Did you watch all the Austin Powers?
Yeah, I watched all the Austin
Did you
Powers.
enjoy those?
Yeah, although they get progressively worse.
But I do have to say, there's just one thing I can't stand in this world.
Oh
That's
God.
people who are intolerant of other people's culture.
Oh.
And the Dutch.
Oh. Oh, yeah, no. Besides that, you seen any other good things? Like,
I'm watching The Office. I watched Luke Cage season 2.
I gotta ask you, so you like that ending though? Because like I've seen like a lot of people, like I can understand. Like I still believe that Netflix shows should only be 10 episodes instead of 13. Because I feel like it kind of dragged a little.
I mean, yeah, I do as well. Especially when you start hitting that end point and they're like, oh, the city is like minor spoilers. It's like, oh, there's so much fighting in Harlem going on. And I was like, yeah, but
There's always fighting in Harlem
Yeah, that's
going
basically
on.
just-
well, no, it was just like, oh, fucking gang war, and I was like, there's only like 2 episodes left. This gang war is not gonna be for long or anything. I'm not.
I do like the Power Man Iron Fist episode. That's probably my favorite.
Yeah, those were
episode.
fun, and they made Iron Fist better as well.
Yeah.
in that.
They did like the cool tag team attack where he's like, just hit my fist. I'm like, all right, bam. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. No, so, and actually I've been having someone sift through, someone is voluntarily listening through all of our old podcasts
Jesus,
Why?
for inside jokes.
Why inside
For
joke?
old inside jokes for a possible secret thing that I have been working on my free time.
Are you including the Lone Razor?
Are
Yes.
You, are
Known
you
only to us? Because I don't think we've ever talked about that on a podcast.
Yeah. Well, no, I think we did. We just had to delete that video.
That might be true.
It may have been, I don't know. No, I don't
Or was
know.
it before we started recording that we talked about
I
it?
think it's before we started recording, but we could bring it up, yeah. No. We are, there's something might be coming. I showed Eli a little snippet of something else that looks really something I've been working on too.
Are you paying them all to sift through the old crap? I mean, not that the new crap's any better, but I feel bad if
I
you're
like to
not.
think it's better.
I honestly do think our stuff's a little bit, like, higher grade. Not like our stuff was bad. It's just...
Are you talking in terms of, like, what do you mean? Higher grade how?
Quality-wise, like, our voice quality has changed a little bit more. It's been better lately.
Has it?
Yeah, no, I've been changing things up and editing.
Okay, so that's just you then.
Yeah. And I don't know, I feel like, we seem a little bit more focused.
You just don't like dick jokes.
It's not the dick jokes.
I just want to go home.
He's keeping us trapped here. Help!
Oh
It's a fucking 80-mile round trip, though.
no! I'm sorry, Eli.
I mean, I keep coming back through my own. It's not like you're holding me here
Do you have
prisoner.
Stockholm Syndrome? You're just like, better do it.
Keep coming back.
Then, so we'll just run into the trailers now and we'll talk about American Vandal Season 2. And holy shit, this is a dumb fucking show.
I don't even know what this show's about, but this is stupid and hilarious, and I don't know how much I actually care for it.
Okay, so the first season of American Vandal was... There was some guy... It's basically making fun of making a murderer.
Huh.
The first season was basically like... This one kid pulled a prank by drawing penises all over a car.
Mm-hmm.
And they called him like the dick drawer.
That's creative.
I was like, that's the most creative name
Hashtag
I've
dick
ever
drawer.
heard.
And like they were suspecting it was this kid. But you find out the kid is innocent by all the evidence.
Mm-hmm.
And it's another kid. So this one, they like take the like how successful American Vandal was, and like they show like, man, our series is so special. We have to choose a special case. Like you first see that like everyone's just sending them dick pic cases. So they decided to change it around, and apparently someone put laxatives in the
Lemonade in a prep school.
and like everyone is just shitting everywhere.
Real classy stuff.
And what was it called? Like
The
what was
turd
the
burglar.
Yeah, but what was the event called? Like the clean out or something like that?
The brownout.
Yeah, the brownout. Like, because everyone's just shitting like. First of all, dick jokes are like are classy compared to this thing to me.
I agree.
Cause like they literally show people shitting and it's fucking
I don't
gross.
think dick jokes are that lowbrow if done correctly.
Well, yeah, no, I don't think. Like that's the difference.
You
Like,
could
I don't-
have some crafty,
Well, I don't think-
funny as
I
fuck.
don't think
dick
any
jokes.
humorous thing is lowbrow if it's done correctly. like vomit jokes, like they make me cringe. But if you do it funny enough, like, but this is just like they're all just shitting everywhere, and it's just super uncomfortable.
The weird thing is people actually recorded all this.
Yeah, but if everyone like that's the
I
thing.
feel like that's not the weird part. I feel like people would record all that.
Yeah, but if everyone drank the lemonade.
Maybe not everyone did.
Who's the one recording if everybody drank the lemonade?
Because it's like, everyone drank the lemonade.
I was thinking this was going to go some other place.
Paul, I don't know.
I was thinking this was going to go some other place once they said, but the students started drinking the lemonade. I'm like, oh. But then he's like, no, people just started shitting themselves. Oh.
Like, and then one of the things is like, then he sent me this quote. Milk, lemonade, around the corner, poop emoji is made.
Why would you specify poop emoji?
I don't know. See, the more I fucking talk about this, the more I still question what the fuck I just watched.
Start questioning your sanity.
It's not that. Yeah, this is the Cthulhu of me.
It's fucking something.
It's just where I thought American Vandal was well written and really funny, just because it was a take on Making a Murderer. That like took that in a funny light, which is, you know, kind of bad that they did that.
Meh, it's just a prank, bro.
Yeah. But you know what I mean, though? Where this is just like,
This is just sad.
This seems like it went too far to me. Where like, the first one was like, enough to be like, hey, that's really funny, this is very interesting. They made a crime drama out of this like stupid prank. This has more shock factor to me, and I don't know.
That's the point. They have to move up every fucking season in shock value.
Then we go to Amazon Prime's movie King Lear, which is a Shakespearean spear. It's the play.
Yeah,
Shakespearean spear.
It took me till the end to see Shakespeare in there to make me realize that's why they were talking like that.
Yeah. You know, fun fact, they didn't actually really talk like that.
I know.
Back in the day.
That was just Shakespeare being Shakespeare.
Dothn't they?
Doth one talk like this? Like, let's have just one podcast where we just try to say straight face and say Shakespeare stuff. No, I'm kidding.
I could do that pretty easily. My family does that shit all the time.
Yeah, but you do come from a family of, like...
English nerds.
Nerds, yeah, to do that. Like, my dad would never do that. He's like, I don't need this work shit.
I mean, my dad wouldn't do it either, but... Yeah.
And my mom just can't speak English very well, so, like, it's basically the same thing. I'm kidding.
Oh, snap.
Self-hating racism.
Got real.
No, but, like, for me, when I see this trailer, it's just, like, Anthony Hopkins being Anthony Hopkins, and basically...
Anthony Hopkins not being the crazy Anthony Hopkins.
Well, I was going to say, basically, King Lear chews up the scenery most of the time in that play, if I remember correctly. I have not read it since college.
Never read it.
Nerd.
Fuck you!
He's not wrong.
Yeah, I know.
Nerd.
So, I don't know, it looks visually pretty interesting. I guess that's the best I got for it.
It's different.
Yeah.
We'll give it that it's different.
Then we go to The Deuce Season 2, which is James Franco's HBO show. It's the porno show.
Yeah. That's a thing that's happening.
Yeah, James Franco's in a show where he runs a porn studio?
Yeah, I think so, basically.
Yeah. So...
I don't know. Might have skipped that one.
This is better than, like, any... Like, this is better than most of Franco's work, in my opinion, because, like... I thought the Disaster Artist, like, everyone was like, it's such a good movie. I was like, the book is way better. This is just like the abridged series of the book.
What do you count as James Franco's work? About like The Room?
No. No, I don't know. I've never really liked Franco. Like, I liked Franco in supporting roles when he wasn't the creative part of it, I guess. I liked Franco in Spring Breakers.
So you like Seth Rogen movies?
Yeah, I liked Franco in Spring Breakers when he was basically playing Riff Raff. Did you ever see that movie?
No. I don't know what that
Alright,
is.
so he has like cornrows and grills, and he talked like this. And he's like a thief, he's like, alright, let's do this.
For some reason, James Franco with fucking grills just reminds me of Jared Leto Joker. Can we get James Franco Joker?
Fuck you. Willem Dafoe is the Joker.
The Joker?
Yeah, Willem Dafoe. The guy who played Green Goblin.
Samuel
Yeah.
Jackson.
He looks creepy enough if you put white makeup on that face.
Well, yeah, no, I was going to say, did he ever play the Joker?
That
He
would
did
actually be
Exactly.
really good,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure he's played Spider-Man's main villain, but
Yeah.
not the Joker.
Then we go to Sharknado 6, and the only reason
It's
it's
fucking
Finally dying!
Yeah.
Thank the Lord.
You put this on here, I was like, I'm not gonna fucking watch it. I'm not even gonna look it up. I know what it's about.
time traveling sharks.
I didn't know that was what it was about.
And it
I
gets-
just don't care, though.
It just no, it gets progressively stupider because they get
Time traveling fucking sharks.
There's
They get-
Megalodons.
there's a megalodon, and then there's dragon sharks, and then robotic sharks.
Dragon sharks.
From the medieval times.
Yeah.
Caught my interest.
No, they're not cool. They're just like
I'm not
Well-
saying they'll be cool, I'm just curious what the fuck they look like.
they breathe fire, and they look like
Regular sharks?
regular sharks with
Green?
red.
Oh, is it red?
Reddish.
It's like, yeah.
Wouldn't that be
Reddish lines
counterproductive
around
and
them.
just always underwater, but they breathe fire?
They fly.
Oh.
They're dragon sharks.
Well, I mean, obviously, if they came from the medieval times, we wouldn't have too big of a problem with them. They obviously overcame that fucking obstacle then.
Yeah, this is just a series that's needed to die. I don't know how it's kept going. Like,
Apparently there's a plot line where they mess up Noah's Ark and the world is filled with sharks because they accidentally bring the
He
shark
only
name.
brought sharks onto the ark.
Yeah,
even
they
though-
only shark-
Even though they didn't need to, because the world was going to flood anyway.
Exactly,
so
like
sharks would've been
apparently
better
there's
off.
like a subplot where they have to go back and save Noah's Ark from the Sharknado, or the world will be overrun just by sharks.
Fuck it, let it happen.
I
if
think
there's
that's what I
that many
read.
sharks, I'm pretty sure they're not going to overrun anything. People would hunt those things to extinction.
I mean,
Think of the natural resources you could get from that.
well, I'm thinking this is a semi-scientific. They'd probably still be megalodons at that time.
Noah's
No.
Ark.
During Bible time, because like the ocean technically was still more vast.
They were not megalodons at that time.
Isn't
They
there like a
devolved.
squid shark in this movie too, or is that a whole nother?
That's a whole nother movie
Dude,
series.
sci-fi makes some fucked up,
It's sci-fi.
weird ass movies. Like sci-fi's fucking TV show game is strong as fuck. Sci-fi's original movies, they should just stop with that.
They need to die.
They just need to like put more funding in their shows. Like, no more sci-fi original movies.
That's not going to happen.
You know what movie does interest me though is Slice. It's so bizarrely, weirdly funny.
Their pizza place is made over
It's a
doorway to
Hell's
hell.
Gate, but like it's like it's basically I don't know how to explain.
There's a werewolf that comes back to town and then
There's a
murders
murderer,
start.
but like then there's vampires and like it just looks interesting to me. Where and it's A24 Pictures, and to me they have not had a bad picture that's come out. Like I said, they produced Disaster Artist. I don't think it was a bad movie. I just thought it was subpar.
He just doesn't like James Franco?
Yeah, basically.
Basically.
Yeah. Fuck James Franco.
That's fair.
But like for me though, I really think this is like. It's got Chance the Rapper too, and for some reason that just interests me because I like Chance. He's a rapper. Hence his
fucking
name,
hate
Chance
you.
the Rapper.
I would have never guessed.
Then we go to Night School, and this to me is actually like, I'm not a big fan of Kevin Hart, but I do kind of like Tiffany Haddish because she's like super bougie and ghetto at the same time. And basically Kevin Hart is super dyslexic and is trying to get his GED. And they're all cheating on their GEDs and stuff like that. It's weirdly interesting to me.
Seems about right.
It's basically Kevin Hart having to learn or suffer.
Yep. Then we go to Outlaw King with Chris Pine. This is a semi-medieval story, am I right?
Reminds me of Braveheart, but it looks like it'll probably be better.
I don't like Braveheart. I don't know if anyone else does.
Never seen Braveheart.
It's extremely historically inaccurate.
I know.
The most
I know
anyone
of
ever gets-
Braveheart because it's pop culture wise very.
They can take our land,
But they'll never take our freedom!
And like,
That's all
I
anyone
don't
ever
like
gets out of it.
Scottish people.
my favorite scene from that is when Mel Gibson is being decapitated because like no sane person would be screaming freedom while he's getting his head cut off.
Well, Mel Gibson's not, sane.
It's Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
He's not sane, so we're good there.
So like, then we go to another Netflix movie, Hold the Dark, which is kind of like a horror-esque movie, I guess. Is it a thriller? 'Cause
Oh, yeah, no. The
where
one
it's,
with
like,
the wolves.
Wolves.
See, that reminds me more of Wendigos for some reason.
It could be though. I think that's.
See, that's what I'm thinking. It's probably
they
one to
pull
go.
some like shit. There's like it's actually a spiritual being. Spoopy, spoopy. Ooh.
Basically, a kid gets taken by wolves, and they don't know if he's actually dead or not. But the wife's like, my husband's coming home from war, and I have to have something to show him. It's like, bitch, your kid got taken by wolves. Just let it die, like
He's
your son.
He's like, I need my husband to see this. Oh, speaking of which, there's actually a really cool Netflix show that I've been watching. The Frankenstein Chronicles. It has Sean Bean not dying because he's the main character in this.
That's what we thought in Game of Thrones, too.
I know, but it's basically a retelling of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, but in like a crime investigation style, where like he's Dr. Frankenstein is trying to create Frankenstein at the moment and cutting people up and taking their parts. And he's following in the tracks. Like
that's what I was about to say.
It also mixes with like they imply Jack the Ripper is part of it. That part's kind of dumb, but like I like the whole like
I don't know.
I like the whole like I want it to be like
that's kind of cool. Really, is it's just like Jack the Ripper is trying to make a Frankenstein.
Yeah, for me, like the only one thing that I do hope is that it doesn't actually work, and this guy's just a sociopath just stitching people up instead of like it actually coming to life. Because it seems so grounded in the real world from the episodes I've seen so far.
Because Sean Bean's in it.
Yeah, that like if like at the end of the season they're like, I brought this person back to life. I'm like, no, just let him be a crazy person. Because the first episode they like found bodies of children being stitched together. So like I was like, I really hope they like just paint Victor Frankenstein as a crazy person instead of just like he's just like taking a taser to it. Like, why won't you come to life?
The last episode's gonna be Sean Bean dies and then puts his head on the monster and lights it up.
Yeah.
Sean Bean Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Sean can
Then
die.
we go into the final this Always Sunny season 13.
Frankenbean.
That'll work, yeah.
Oh my gosh, this season looks so bizarrely funny. Like it actually makes me want to go back and watch this season.
Just the end of the trailer where he picks her up.
Yeah, where he
Donald Trump style.
he's like, why would you do that? She's like, that was actually very exhilarating.
It's impressive. If he actually did that.
Luckily, they are husband and wife in the real in the real world, so like, isn't as weird to see. Like, oh, they should be doing that in their free time. Like, it's very interesting because like,
Did you say they could be doing that in their free time?
Well, he picks her up by the crotch.
And like lifts her up. Did you see the trailer?
No. I don't much care for Always Sunny because it's got stupid shit like that.
Well,
I need to watch Always Sunny and then it's only the parts with fucking Danny DeVito and Charlie Day.
See, I think those parts are dumber than most of the other parts.
They might be, but those are the ones I find funny.
Like, my favorite episodes are the gun control episodes they do, because they switch roles in the next episode they're in. Where, like, in the first episode, Dennis and Dee are highly against guns, and everyone else is for it, and then they shoot their leg, and then Dennis and Dee get mugged, so the next episode there's guns. He's like, we need to get guns, because we got mugged the fucking last time, and I'm not letting that happen. And the other episode is like, we gotta stop these guns, because I lost my toe the last time, and we cannot let that happen. Like, they take a lot of it, like, because they're doing, like, the whole, like, rapist movement, I guess. You know, the hashtag #MeToo movement.
I'm not getting into that.
But I don't know how it's supposed to,
yes, Kian, I do know.
Not without consent.
Yes.
I consent to knowing about it.
Oh God, no, but, like, if there were people that I could see trying to make it, like, make a comedic turn to it without making it, like, cringy, I could picture it Always Sunny. Because they've done that with a lot of other things. I think they even did that with the presidential election. That and I could see South Park doing something with it, too.
South Park always does something, though.
No, so... rumor has it Benedict Cumberbatch is getting a big pay raise for Marvel Studios' Doctor Strange 2, which is possibly starting filming next spring.
You know what's not filming, though? Guardians.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Fuck you, Gil. Stop. Yeah, fine. We'll just go with that.
I didn't much care for Doctor Strange, but I'd rather have that than another Guardians.
Why? Can I just ask why?
What do you
Who
want?
hurt you?
What? You said you'll hurt me?
No, who hurt you?
Oh, fucking Guardians. The first one was trash. I do not like it.
Really? That's
Yeah.
like what everyone...
Everyone talks about it, and when I ask why, they're like, oh, it took risks. I'm like, fucking how?
Here's why I like
Just
Guardians.
a buddy
Here's
comedy.
why I like Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy is basically space D&D to me.
No.
Everything that fucking happens in Guardians of the Galaxy, and each of their characters could be a D&D character. You have Gamora being the rogue. You have Drax being a barbarian. You have basically Rocket being essentially the druid. And then you have Quill being a thief. And like for me that's like it's like a D&D adventure in space.
A rogue and a thief are the same. You
No! Not in my mind.
damn fool.
Assassin, fine. Gamora's technically an assassin anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean though? They
Especially after Infinity War, actually.
Yeah.
Well, Gamora's dead now, actually.
Yeah, they fit in
Spoilers.
arc. It's out on DVD. Fuck you.
That might make Guardians 3 better. I might like it.
But like
Thought the second one was okay, I guess.
Guardians, like yeah, they're having a hard time.
They'll bring her back.
Yeah, they're having a hard time because James Gunn. They're scrapping everything James Gunn did.
Really? That's
Originally,
weird.
their run was like, we're just gonna take James Gunn's script.
That's kind of what I figured they
Batista
do.
was like, man, if you don't use James Gunn's script, I'm done. And now, like, they're not using James Gunn's script. And even the cast have been vocal about, like, yo, you can, like, at least have his script, dude. Like, I can understand why you made that power move by firing James Gunn. Like, they're like, that's fine. Like, it's shitty because, like, he's not that same person he was, like, 10 years ago or whatever.
They opened up the script. They're like, we're just going to use his script. And it's like, and then Star-Lord grabbed the little... No, we're not using that script.
No, Eli, why would you say that? No! No, but, like, for me, it's really, really weird to me that, like... I mean, that was that dude's, like, fucking legacy, though. Is, like, this trilogy.
Oh, I thought you were talking about his fucking jokes. And I was like, I hope not.
This
it
trilogy
is now.
was, like, his Star Wars-esque trilogy to me, where he's, like... He wrote the entire, like, storyline for the Guardians. He even wrote, like, the parts for the Guardians for Infinity Wars.
Yeah.
Like, he helped, like, edit what he would think the Guardians would actually do. So it's, like,
It's
to
a
me...
real shame about Gamora, then.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he did a bad job. I'm just saying I don't like the movies.
I mean, Gamora was actually going to happen anyways. You knew from the beginning that, like,
Yeah,
Gamora was
but
going to die. Like,
Yeah.
But I agree with that Zach on that whole speech matter. He could have been played out better.
I also agree.
what speed? I totally forget.
Her spiel
Where,
towards
yeah,
Thanos.
she was like, you don't even love anybody.
Well, I love you, bitch!
And then I don't remember who I was sitting next to, but I told him what was going to happen.
Yeah, I
like,
think you were next to me.
before that even fucking started,
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
she gonna die.
Yep.
As soon as Red Skull was like, yeah, but I could never get it. I was like, I think Gamora's gonna die. I don't know why else she'd be with Thanos on this.
I love Red Skull's part of this. Like, I don't have anyone I love, so I can't have it. So fuck you guys.
Now I'm a Spectre thing. For some reason.
I just got cast as Skeletor, so once you get the Soul Stone, I can leave to go on the set of He-Man. So thanks, guys. Peace. And that Red Skull cameo was proof they don't need Hugo Weaving, because Hugo Weaving's like, I don't ever want to come back to the Marvel movies. And everyone's like, without Red Skull, what's Captain America? And everyone's like, oh, that's right. He's just wearing fucking prosthetics, so anyone can be Red Skull.
I didn't know that it wasn't the same guy.
It was not the same guy.
Why doesn't he want to come back?
I can understand this. Like, that's the reason why Alan Cummings didn't come back for X-Men. He doesn't want to fucking sit and do the makeup because apparently it takes like 8 hours.
Oh, that's fair, I guess.
Yeah, like Dave Bautista's makeup for Drax and Gamora, they take like 16 hours. Batista's is longer because it's his entire fucking body.
His upper body.
And it's all scarring tissue and stuff like that. So I'm just like, yeah, I totally understand that. So guys, for our first live action video, Gil, I'm going to need to go to the makeup room, and you're going to get devil horns, blue skin, and you're going to be Nightcrawler.
No, I'm not a furry.
I'm gonna make so much fun of you because I fucking hate Nightcrawler.
Why do you hate Nightcrawler?
I legitimately thought he was French for a long time, and he's German.
Oh, God.
Is it because of his sword fighting style? He uses fencing.
That was part of it, but also just his accent. And then I think when I was playing Ultimate Alliance, I heard him say 9, and I was like, "Holy fuck, he's not French."
He calls people Fraulein all the time too. He's like, "Hello, Fraulein."
I don't think I've ever heard it.
Venom director Ruben.
Alright.
Sorry, Fleischer
We'll
says
talk later.
he isn't sure if Sony Pictures' Spider-Man spin-off Venom will be rated PG-13 or R. So, Eli, how do you feel about this? We've talked about this last week.
I think it would be better if it was R.
Give it that hard R.
But I don't know how they don't know what it's going to be at this point.
Yeah, the movie comes out in like 2 fucking months.
It comes out in basically a month. Cause it's,
It comes out in October.
October 5th, because it's my brother's birthday.
And
he really likes Venom.
I honestly still don't think Venom's going to be a good movie.
You gonna take him to see it?
No, because they're moving to fucking North Carolina. So.
Oh.
After watching that newest trailer, I just don't think it knows what it wants to be.
I agree.
Did it ever really know what it wants to be?
The first two trailers made it seem like it was going to be a psychological thriller.
Yeah, it made it seem like it was going to be more along the lines of a horror movie, at least.
Whereas, like, Eddie can't control it. Like, that's what the first two trailers made it look like.
And then the third one
and then
just
the
kind of
third
shot
trailer
that
just
down.
kind of threw that out there and just
put the barrel down the throat for whatever reason and decided to, like...
And, like, it is now a very cookie-cutter superhero movie where, like, the Venom symbiote... The only reason I say that is because, like, a lot of modern-day superhero movies, like their first movie, always ends with them fighting a close exact opposite of themselves. And essentially, Riot is basically just gray. And you can't even tell the difference between Riot and Venom.
That is true.
There was a scene where Riot was attacking, and everyone thought it was Venom.
Yeah.
But because Venom doesn't use axes or anything like that, because Venom doesn't shapeshift his body into weapons.
Yep.
But all the other symbiotes do.
Why doesn't he?
Because essentially, the original symbiote is still linked to Spider-Man, so it just wants to emulate Spider-Man.
Yes, but this is...
That's what I mean. Where, like, later down the line, Venom can only create weapons that he absorbs. That's why, like, Flash Thompson can make, like, missile launchers.
Yeah.
Because Venom absorbed, like, a rocket launcher to make a side mount to shoot stuff. So, I don't know. I really hope that they make it hard R. Like,
I do too, because he does some hard R shit, and also
it's like
he does make jokes in the comics and stuff, and they're really like fucked up jokes, like, mostly about killing people. But I think they're hilarious.
Yeah, like a turd in the wind.
That one's not funny though. That's just weird.
Yeah, why does that like I don't fucking understand how that was a metaphor. I'm sorry. I know we talked about this 2 weeks ago.
Like a turd.
Like a turd.
But to be fair, I just genuinely don't like the word turd.
Yeah.
It strikes me as really dumb and, like, elementary.
Juvenile, yeah.
I'd rather just say shit.
Yeah. Well, my also thing about this is that, like, that trailer really got me as, like, what is Venom then? Is he just, like, he eats a fucking, like, in front of a person, too, and there's nothing. So it's like, is there gonna be blood? Because it just doesn't seem like there's going to be.
There should definitely be blood, even if it's PG-13.
But
so does the symbiote consume the body, or is Eddie just kind of forced to
the
partake in
symbiote
cannibalism?
absorbs it? I feel like I don't know, fucking man, I don't know.
Freaking cannibalism.
That's actually an interesting question. I assume the
we
symbiote...
will do an episode about science on what the facts.
I assume the symbiote. I don't see how Eddie Brock would be able to consume a man, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it would be like if I tried to eat you, it wouldn't work out. I couldn't eat your entire body, whereas Venom eats an entire fucking person.
I still think my favorite thing is Zach's like, I really hope We Are Venom isn't going to be a thing. I'm like, you do realize that's all he fucking says in the comic books.
I thought that was badass.
He means that he hopes that isn't the only thing that comes out of that movie.
The voice was
like Wakanda Forever came out of Black Panther.
That's gonna happen though. You know it's gonna happen.
I'd totally get a shirt
fucking
that
hashtag We Are Venom.
I'd totally get a shirt that was We Are Venom.
Badass.
How did Wakanda Forever come out of that?
It didn't. They never said it.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
I think it was just a Twitter that like because like white supremacists were mad that Black Panther was Black Panther. Like people on Twitter's like, whatever, dude. Stop.
Whatever happened to the White Panther?
They got White Wolf. See, it sounds like a joke, but no, that's legitimately what they called Bucky. He is the White Wolf.
They never called him White Wolf in the movie, though.
They did.
They called him it one time.
One time.
Yeah.
But they never,
referred to him as
Like,
White
he's
Wolf.
still under Winter Soldier in the credits.
Yeah.
Like...
They never changed his name to White Wolf.
I never go alone. Speaking of Avengers 4, a young Avengers Infinity War fan wants to know the ending of the plot to Avengers 4 because they are dying.
That's actually been coming out a lot.
That people are dying and want to know?
Yes.
That's a bitch. I don't know.
It's just like, what do you do? Like, it's a small child, and you're just like, well, she's gonna die, and I'm pretty sure she doesn't know how to use the internet, so...
See, but that's when you're just like, we haven't wrote the ending yet, dumbass. I don't know. That was mean even for me.
Fuck, Eli. That was worse than when we were talking about the Thor trailer. The Thor 3 trailer, dying kid, helped make that Thor 3 trailer.
Oh, yeah. I know that guy.
Yeah.
Those jokes were funny. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. The one I just made, a bit over the top, but...
But, like, yeah, no, I don't know. I hope it is okay, I guess. I don't know.
I want Venom to do good. But
Yeah. Yeah.
mostly just because they've already, like, basically confirmed that Carnage is going to be in the next one, if there's a next one. So.
Yeah, but, like, then I feel like you have to make it hard R.
Yeah,
Okay,
with Carnage you have to.
Okay, how did we go
can't
from the Avengers 4 script all the way back to Venom?
Because Eli
Venom was what we were talking about. Fuck you.
You have to make it hard R then.
Yeah,
Because
with Carnage.
yeah, because Carnage kills his own fucking grandma for running over a dog.
That is a thing.
So the official tie-in comic for Sony's Into the Spider-Verse suggests Spider-Punk is apparently going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
And the also reason I think that speculation is Spider-Punk is going to be in the movie is because the Spider-Man game, Spider-Punk is an unlockable costume.
Nice.
So
just steampunk Spider-Man?
no, he's Punk Rock Spider-Man.
Yep.
He wears a denim
okay,
vest,
yeah.
webbing mohawk.
Okay, I have seen that. Never mind.
My
I was
thing
like,
is-
I've never seen a steampunk.
My thing is,
Spider-Man.
who do you think would voice a good Spider-Punk though?
Nicolas Cage.
Fuck you and everyone else.
He's all the other Spider-Men. That's what the regular Spider-Man's difference is between all
I
of
would
them.
like to see Andrew WK voice Spider-Punk if like they...
Yeah.
Like, I think Andrew WK just has that, like, because he's already a rocker dude. Like, that would be cool. Do you know who Andrew WK is? He was part of that Cartoon Network show, Destroy, Build, Destroy.
I mean, that was a little before my time.
Really?
I do remember seeing that show on, but it was at my grandma's, which means that I was pretty young.
Yeah, that's right. You are very much younger than I am, because that came out, I think, in middle school for me. Destroy, build, destroy! Yeah, no.
I do remember that.
I definitely think Andrew WK. I think anyone who has, like, a rock star-esque personality could definitely be it.
Or someone really British.
Yeah.
That's why I'd almost suggest Tom Holland without his American accent, but then I feel like that'd be a little too young.
Yeah, because I feel like he has to be in college, at least. College age.
He's like a 20-year-old.
Yeah. No, like, but Tom Holland has such a young, like,
Young-sounding voice.
young-sounding voice. Like,
But he is,
yeah,
an
'cause, like,
he
when
is an
people-
adult,
But
though.
you know what I mean when people voice 20-year-olds in cartoons, they're like
if he's an
fucking
adult.
40.
I'm joking.
Actually, Nolan North, the guy who does the fucking Uncharted series, who plays Nathan Drake, I think would make a good Spider-Punk. He has a variety of voices, though.
Yeah, I guess.
So, Netflix, and fun fact, Death Note came out a year ago, and they're making a fucking sequel.
I showed that to
Why?
you.
I know!
They know it did poorly.
They
No,
wanted
it didn't!
Everybody watched it.
Well,
Because they
everybody
wanted to
watched
see it was bad.
But yeah, I was like, but on the premise that it was terrible.
Like, but everyone on my fucking Facebook, like, witch hunted me, because they're like, so Kian, what'd you think about the Death Note movie? Because this is around the time me and Mac are still doing anime reviews. And they're like, oh man, that live-action Death Note movie's coming out. Kian, what did you think about it?
Did you say it wouldn't get a sequel?
I said it was bad. And all I said was, I thought it was a dumpster fire. And everyone was like, oh, it's an okay movie. I'll give it like a solid 7. I'm like, that's fucking average. And I do not believe it was not even
It was
like...
subpar.
It was not even subpar. Like, the only good thing about Death Note, the movie, it made me want to rewatch Death Note, the anime series. And I think that's probably what happened. People watched the shitty Death Note movie, the Death Note anime was on Netflix, and for some reason, like, Netflix looks like, after watching the Death Note movie, that Death Note anime seemed to spike a lot. We could try to make another anime series, or we could make a sequel to that shit-ass movie. Shit-ass movie it is. And...
They did try other things in between. They did do Full Metal Alchemist.
That was not them. They just got the rights to it.
Exactly.
Because they have the rights to the Bleach movie that's coming out too.
Gross.
Because Netflix bought the rights to both Bleach and FMA. So anything that comes out from Bleach and FMA will come out on Netflix.
That's horrifying.
How do I know this? Because that was our next story. Bleach is coming to fucking Netflix. And here's the thing. I've heard people in the anime circles that I roll with that do reviews and stuff.
Say it like it's some sort of gang.
Yeah, that I roll with.
Some of my homies that I roll with.
My crunchy rollies or whatever.
My crew.
My crunchy crew. I'm kidding.
No, please stop.
I'm kidding. I'm done. They were telling me the Bleach movie, because they got copies, was not bad. It wasn't good. But I also got a free copy of Gintama, and I really, really like that movie a lot. But that's because Gintama is such a fucking weird series to begin with. They can do whatever they want. Like the second movie, literally, they got the rights from Shonen, because Shonen and owns both Dragon Ball and Gintama, so they're not conflicting copyrights. They have a parody of Dragon Ball Z, live action Dragon Ball Z, in their fucking movie.
Which one?
In Gintama.
No, which one?
They're parodying the Frieza saga. Like, it looks fucking... And, like, you see
I was thinking you meant the American Dragon Ball Z.
No, and you see the side-by-side of, like, the Gintama anime to the Gintama movies. They're spot on. And, like, it looks really good. It's kind of just like... It's kind of like how... I think Gintama is probably the best anime adaptation I've seen. And then right under it is Diamond Unbreakable Chapter 1. Because there hasn't been any good anime movies. And then Diamonds Unbreakable Chapter 1 live action was good just because the characters physically looked like them. The stands were just because they didn't have the budget, were shadowed in outlines. And not like real people. They were ghosts. They were legit ghosts. You could see through them, but you could see their outline of like crazy diamond spikes and stuff like that. And you saw the outline of Star Platinum's wavy hair.
Yeah.
So that was probably my biggest complaint on that. But like, when it comes to the most accurately adapted anime, those two are probably up there. And Phoenix Wright. I know it's not an anime, but that's so good.
It did get an anime.
It did, but that anime's bad.
Yeah.
Not bad, it rehashes the first game without the personality. It's like the Persona animes. They just rehash the anime, or rehash the game, just don't give it a personality. So, Guillermo del Toro confirms the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark movie adaptation, which he co-wrote and produced and begins filming later this week.
Sweet.
I am pretty excited for this. I love those book series.
Yeah. It's a pretty solid book series.
You're not a big horror fan. I've always realized this about you.
That's why when we were talking about movies we've watched, like I've watched a lot of horror movies lately. They're not worth talking about.
What kind of horror? Like,
watched The Ritual.
Oh, those shit ass Netflix ones.
I mean, that was just one. I was interested in it because it was sort of Nordic. So.
Oh, you just watched it. Yeah, it's a cult. Peace out.
Well, no, I mean,
you watched it to the end.
I watched through it. Yeah.
Your roommates watch a lot of horror movies, I'm assuming?
Yeah, because one of them had seen all these, so he was just recommending them. The Descent, that was fucking dumb as shit.
The one with, like, the...
Mole people.
The white-skinned mole people.
The perfect hunters, except we can just fucking kill innumerable amounts of them.
Let's just hit you with our fucking low-res flashlights.
I also love that the one bitch is like, I'm not Laura Croft, and then, like, half an hour later, she's fucking killing monsters and shit.
Oh yeah, she did reference Lara Croft.
Why?
Step Brothers star John C. Reilly admits he is asked daily about a sequel to the Will Ferrell comedy Step Brothers, but thinks it is unlikely to happen. I did not like Step Brothers as much as everyone else did.
See, I feel like if any movie deserves a sequel, it's Talladega Nights.
Yeah, I feel like Talladega Nights deserved it more than Anchorman.
I'll give it to Anchorman.
I liked Anchorman 1 a lot, and Anchorman 2 was okay. Like, if Anchorman 2 did not have Anchorman 1 overshining it, it'd be a really funny movie to me.
It'd be a pretty solid movie.
But Anchorman 1 just fucking killed it for me.
Yeah.
They basically tied up any loose ends that they would have needed for
Yeah,
a sequel.
and we're like, Talladega Nights, I don't think any Will Ferrell movie really needs a sequel if it's a good Will Ferrell movie.
Yeah, true.
Like, if Will Ferrell's like, we're making Everything Must Go too, I'm like, no, that's a really good movie. Fuck you, Will Ferrell, stop.
Does he do money for sequels aside from like Anchorman 2?
No, he hasn't done sequels, because, like, there was supposed to be a Megamind 2 sequel. I actually liked Megamind for an animated movie. I thought it was very interesting.
Never seen it.
It was very interesting. According to My Boyfriend is a Bear, the graphic novel by Pamela Robin and Kat Ferris, is being adapted to a movie as Legendary Pictures acquires the film rights. Alright, so I did some research on this. This is the only reason I'm bringing this up. He's a legit bear.
Okay.
That's in the title.
Like, he's not like the gay man. I thought it was like, he was like, she was dating a gay man bear, you know?
But he didn't know
Dating
he
a
was
gay
gay?
man.
No. Like, she didn't know he was gay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's what I thought the comic was going to be about. It's
Then
supposed to
could
be
they
like
really be dating?
It was like an anti-romantic comedy where, like, she thinks they're dating. Like, that's what I thought it would be, because I thought that would be an interesting comedy concept.
Reddit.
Yeah.
It's a legit bear, and it's, like, weird, because, like, the first picture I saw of them, like, legit cuddling. I'm like, what the fuck? No! This is weird!
People don't like it when it's Sonic, but when it's just a regular bear, it's A-okay.
I don't like it when it's Sonic or anything like that.
That's why I said people don't like it when it's Sonic.
It literally, I was just watching an episode of Camp, and one of the main characters, she writes weird animal, like, Fishman fan fiction because of The Shape of Water. And that's all I fucking thought about. Because the fishman, like, she falls in love with a real fishman. And, like, there's the camp cook as a hook hand. He's like, the girl is with the creature. The girl has a very, very dirty mind. Because he's, like, reading the diary. And she's, like, one of my favorite scenes of that, she's writing, and he's like, he had a huge penis. No. That doesn't sound classy enough. Dong. Like, Camp is fucking great show. If you guys, like, I'm not saying to get Verve or be a first member at Rooster Teeth, but it's the only way to watch it. Watch Camp if you haven't. It's really funny. There are some really bad, good jokes in there. So, Netflix is, according to the research, actually the first one is, the Academy members say they might take away the popular film category they wanted to put in the next Oscar.
Because it's stupid and unnecessary and they're all popular films?
Oh my god, we should do that with games too. There's not really a popular, it's just Game of the Year. Get rid of it. I don't want it.
Yeah, but anyone can put Game of the Year on their game. That's the thing. Like, that's
exactly.
What
That's why I don't want it.
Found out that, like,
God.
There's no, like, law saying you can't put Game of the Year.
Well, that, and it's also, yeah, it's like, oh, well, I mean, this random fucking, site gave us Game of the Year, but we just didn't put that on there.
Yeah. Batman's cover for Arkham City Game of the Year was the worst cover ever. Because the Arkham City cover was super cool because it was like black and white Batman. He's kind of got a bloody knuckle and a bloody face because he's fighting people. And then the Game of the Year just was like a white thing with like Batman silhouette with him looking beat up. But like everything's like 10 out of 10, like just big ass words like awesome game. I'm like, I know it's an awesome game. I don't need this. The reason why it's Game of the Year at the moment is because everyone else thought it was good. You don't need to give me an IGN review that might have been plagiarized.
Or, just like paid for.
Touche. We will never get to that, Gil. Don't worry.
Fuck, you're staring me down for it. I was like,
Eli, you'd be the first one to take the money. I'm kidding.
Go on.
Yeah, let's not kid ourselves. Hila would be the
Talking
first
about
to take
money?
one.
So apparently for the 10th anniversary of Twilight, it's getting a special screening across the U.S.
Gross.
Why?
I don't fucking know.
Why
to
is that
remind
movie-
everyone that it happened.
Okay, why is that movie big enough that it gets that?
Transformers movie has it though too.
Why? I question that
More
too.
importantly, it's been 10 fucking years. Jesus.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Came out when I was a freshman in high school. Yeah, 10 years. I knew a legit dude, like, I kid you not, I'm not going to say his name on mic because I don't know if he listens. He probably doesn't, but, like, he used to, like, smoke pot and believe he was a vampire. And when someone had a book in Twilight in our school, he freaked out on them. Saying that, that's not how vampires really work and stuff like that. I'm like, holy shit.
Was it Max Schooling? No. It's pretty pale. Could be a vampire.
Oh, this kid, like, apparently he was telling us one day in fucking business. I don't know why this kid was in business class. But he's like, sometimes my dentist told me I can't touch a nail file again. I'm like, why did you talk to your dentist about using a nail file? He's like, I tried to sharpen my tooth and I chipped it. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this kid?
God.
Oh,
Apparently a lot of things.
That's when you gotta be like, oh, you'd already have sharp teeth if you were a fucking vampire.
He's like,
Dumbass.
like, and he was like, I wouldn't say he's a drug dealer, but he probably got, like, I picture he has some, like, crazy shit. Because he's like, do you want to go on a vampire adventure? He'd ask people randomly. He's like, I got some pot in my car. I'm like, no. This is one of the few times I'm going to decline drugs. No. Oh my god.
I suppose that's what he called it. That was his drug, was just vampire
adventure.
Okay, police are out there like, guys, we really need to get these fucking vampire adventures off the goddamn street.
They're
It's
like,
just weird.
so everyone's
Not only is it bad for the community, it just sounds fucking dumb.
no, they're like, the vampire adventures, we need to stop this. They just take all the Twilight books from people and just burn the shit out of them. They're like, be gone!
It's just weed laced with like clamato juice.
It's just clamato juice and oregano.
Yeah. There you go.
Paramount Dora the Explorer found Dora's mom and Dora's dad, Gil.
But they can't find a director, was it?
No. They have a director. It's just Michael Bay is not producing it.
Oh, then they can't find a producer.
I was like, Michael.
No, they have a producer. Like,
Michael
they
it's,
found one
fucking
now?
Dora.
yeah, it's still ongoing.
Dang it.
Michael Pena in Evil Longoria. Two of the most, like, wow, let's just pick the two most Spanish people that don't freak out white people.
Why?
Michael Pena was an Ant-Man.
Oh, is he like his weird, wacky friend?
Yeah.
Damn, I like that guy.
And Eva Longoria from Desperate Housewives.
They're not even there in the show. Like 5%. Like they're there for 5% of the show.
You
I don't know who
I'm
that
gonna be
is, but I'd like to.
They leave that girl
interject.
unsupervised.
I think a better person of
Danny
that
Trejo.
of that race. Danny
Danny
Trejo.
No,
Trejo?
Danny Trejo is
That's
a realistic.
Diego.
No,
No.
realistic swiper.
Oh, he's a
You
drug
better
dealer
come back with
called
mine.
Swiper, and he's a coyote.
Yeah.
You better come back with my daughter, or I'm gonna cut your fucking head off with my machete.
This sounds super
I can't
bad,
do
but
the
I
George
kind of
Orwell.
wish they would have had Sofia Vergara be
That's
Dora's
who I was.
mom. Yeah.
That's who I was gonna say. You were
And
like
George Lopez is
George
the dad.
Lopez is the dad.
Yeah, you were saying that, and I was like, I think Sofia Vergara would have been a better choice if
No!
that's your fucking criteria.
Dora!
George Lopez.
Just the way she says, like, Jim! She'd be like, get your boots! Sorry, girl. I'm sorry.
Nah.
It's just Sofia Vergara has that thick
Thick
Latin accent that's just
Yeah.
like, could be considered obnoxious, but because what she is in is super funny. So, Robert Downey Jr. teases the start of his preparation to get back into the role of Warner Brothers Sherlock Holmes, and
Damn
I'm
straight.
super excited.
I am as well.
Yeah.
I think Sherlock Holmes is a really good movie, so
I liked both of them.
I do. Like I said, I like
It's
the
a
ending
rare-
fight scene.
It's a rare thing where I'm like, man, between these two movies, they're about equal. They're both good.
Like, I love that ending scene in the sequel. It's just like, I'm gonna throw a haymaker, and then his is like, I'm gonna block that haymaker. I'm like, this is a fucking psychic fight, Jesus!
I just like the part where he's just like, neither of them are talking, but it's like Sherlock Holmes is going through it, and he's like, "This is what I'm gonna do," and then fucking Moriarty's like raises his eyebrow. He's like, "Oh, you're the only one who can do that? Fuck you."
They're just like, and it's not even a real fight. It's just like, because then there's just Ezra Sherlock be like, "Well, guess I'm just gonna push us off together." That's my favorite part of it. He's like, "Are you gonna try to fight me?" He's like, "No, fucking whoosh." Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible Fallout is performing extremely well. It made around $500 million worldwide at the box office.
That's something that needs to die.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad, though. It's just like, that's the thing. They actually do, like, legit stunts.
Yeah.
So, like, it's super cool.
Or are you talking about Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise just needs to die? Yeah, probably. But in general, though, I do really enjoy just the Mission Impossible just because I love the cinematography in it.
You can't keep calling it Mission Impossible, though, if those missions aren't that impossible.
I mean,
at this point, they're not even really missions. He's
they're just kind of like Tom Cruise fighting Superman.
Yeah.
Why don't we just call it that? Tom Cruise being Superman.
Damn.
Damn, that's a great sequel to the Batman follow-up.
And then you write the story so that somehow he's in a Batman costume. And they like fight it like a fucking Halloween.
No, they give him like a Green Lantern costume and they're like, see when Tom Cruise make a Green Lantern, guys?
No.
I mean, compared to fucking Mark Wahlberg, yeah, I would definitely not want Mark Wahlberg.
Because he'll just be a Green Lantern from
Boston. Yeah, from Boston. Like, oh, hey, hold on, I got this. Nice mitt, Hal. Nah, it's my lucky Red Sox mitt that I got at the game when they won the World Series. You remember when the Boston Red Sox won the World Series? I'm from Boston. Everyone's like, we fucking get it, you're from Boston.
And then
to be fair, that'd just be adding a shitty part to an already shitty movie.
Star Wars Episode 9 director actor Richard E. Grant debunks the popular fan theory he's playing Grand Admiral Thrawn in the film. Which is good. I kind of don't think Thrawn would still be alive during Episode 9. Didn't he die?
No.
They're rewriting it because he was in Legends. Oh, are you talking in Rebels?
No.
I don't know.
In Episode 9, like the later half of...
What about it?
He'd be dead, though, wouldn't he?
Who?
Thrawn.
Why?
Because didn't Thrawn die in the original Civil War? During the New Hope sagas?
Not in Legends, no.
No, so he didn't. Okay.
No, he, it was afterwards... The Empire split into like fucking 20 billion factions. They fucked them all up, and then Thrawn came back in with like 6 ships, and he basically brought the entire Republic to its knees.
He brought Hellfire.
And then he gets betrayed by one of his guards and fucking dies.
Okay. I don't know. I don't think Thrawn
then Palpatine comes back to life, and it's convoluted.
I don't know. I think Thrawn was great in Rebels. I just don't think they need to bring him into the... You weren't here. Did you see that fucking really bad-looking Star Wars cartoon coming out on Disney?
What was it called again?
No.
Star Wars Operations or something like that.
Good. I was like, you guys aren't talking about...
No, not the Clone Wars. No, that actually is going... Actually, that's the new story. It's on the exclusive Disney streaming service.
Those bastards.
Eli, they're calling you now,
Dude,
man.
Dude, what the fuck? Jesus.
That was on my TV news, sorry. So photography...
Busted my balls, Disney.
Principal photography film will begin in February 2019.
I'll just wait for them to put it on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. So, and Kelly Marie Tran is back on Instagram saying that, like, I won't allow hateful comments to bring me down anymore.
Who was that?
She was Rose in the...
Star Wars.
Episode 8.
The one that got bullied off the internet because she was Asian.
Oh, okay. You said Rose, and I was like, is that the name of Finn's love interest? I genuinely don't remember.
She had that terrible line of...
Or she got bullied off the fucking internet.
She had the terrible line of, like, I don't want to...
Something about fighting for what I love.
Yeah, it's like
against what you hate.
Like it's like I gotta save what I love and not fight what I hate. Right as the door to the main base was being fucking destroyed,
which wouldn't have happened if you know she had let Finn do his thing.
That's probably like I just remember that because I remember Katie looking at me like I was a fucking asshole at that line. I'm like, she's fucking saying this like sentimental line as they're about to fucking die.
I think I was laughing.
Yeah, because we had that obnoxious dude up in front that would not stop laughing over the dumbest shit. Like when BB-8 was in that walker, he's like, woo!
Yeah. Whereas I thought all the sad, sappy shit was hilarious.
Yeah, and we were like,
so dumb.
I remember that night, that whole entire theater just bursted out laughing when Luke just straight faced got the titty milk, and then the monster just looked at Rey like, "Fuck, dude, this is natural. Fuck off."
Fuck you. This is what we're about here.
So
if you want to be a Jedi, you gotta get yourself some of this.
I'm trying to get Zach to like use my Netflix to watch the wrestling comedy Glow, but it got a season 3 on Netflix, and I'm really excited.
Fuck, I didn't even know it had a season 2.
Yeah, it's a good show.
How long's that been out?
2 years.
Good. Can't be 2 years.
Like season 1 came out 2017.
Okay, so a year.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds like I remember having to watch trailers and shit for it.
Blackish co-creator Kenya Barris is currently developing a Bewitched pilot for ABC to reboot.
They need to stop doing reboots.
Oh, fuck, that's right, it's a show. Jesus Christ, I thought you were just racist blatantly. I was like, what the fuck? Like, Blackish co-creator. I was like, what?
That's legitimately the name of the show, yes.
It's going to be focused on a biracial family. Though. So my thing is I'm not on that racist shit though with this. If what's her name? Not Sabrina. Why do I think her name is Sabrina? Samantha. If she's the witch, is she like going to be a voodoo priestess, or are they just going to just have her just do crinkle my nose and not blood magic?
I think blood magic would be funnier.
Yeah, blood magic would be definitely funny.
Honey, they just play everything straight.
Like Darren comes in like, "Hey, honey, what the fuck?
Why is there a goat on an altar?"
Nah, let's just be real. It's our crochet class. Alright, sounds cool. Later. Oh, and on August 29th, DC Universe is launching a DC Daily, a new dedicated DC News show that premieres episodically, hosted by Kevin Smith. And all I gotta say is, no. Not a huge fan of Kevin Smith.
Thinking of Kevin James.
Kevin Smith is the fatter dude who was played Silent Bob.
Ah.
Who's all up on comic books' penises, saying that like critics don't understand how comic books work. And I'm like, no. Studios don't understand how comic books work because studios think that like Superman is an asshole and he's definitely not. So, fuck.
But he can be.
He's an asshat.
There's a difference though. I've always said this. The DC Universe failed to me is that like if you were gonna make Superman dark and brooding like that,
make Batman the cheery one.
I was gonna say you'd have to make Batman a bit more upbeat, but they didn't. They're both very mopey.
Make him comedically dark toned.
Like for Superman, because like Superman is supposed to be the quote unquote naive superhero that he believes everything is black and white. There's truth, justice, and the American way.
I wouldn't call Batman mopey. He's very dark, but I wouldn't call him mopey.
In these movies, he's pretty mopey.
I mean, he kills people. He doesn't
think
really
he's that
mopey
though. He's not like going around. He's like, hey guys,
my mom's dead.
Guess we gotta form the Justice League. I'll go get everyone together.
The fuck is Batman Eeyore? Okay, guys, let's go form the Justice League.
Let's go start the Justice League.
Tigger's the Flash. Woo! No. So that's been our news, guys. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. Also, leave a comment down below, and like I said, if you're listening on Podbean, listen to us on YouTube. We have some awesome comment there. If you're listening to us on YouTube, go to Podbean. We have some other stuff there too.
Listen to this exact podcast on both at the same time.
And if you have iTunes,
sync them up so you can't tell the difference.
Do it in stereo.
Do it in stereo. If you have iTunes, do it tri-stereo. Have 3 things playing. And don't forget to support us on Patreon if you'd like.
Make your kids listen to us.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.